Hey everybody, Nick Knack here on my second channel, Nick Knack Anime, here to do first impressions of a manga that just recently released on Crunchyroll's Manga app. And if you see the bottom of the title down below here, this first impressions is on chapter 1 of Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth, side P4. Now before I start talking about this manga, let me just say that this review is going to be on the top of my head. So if I keep using the words like and keep pausing a whole lot, my apologies, because I'm still kind of like getting accustomed to talking without a script. But anyway, let's start talking about this manga right now. Now Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth side P4 is an adaptation to the Nintendo 3DS game Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. And I personally was excited for this manga when I first heard about it, because Persona Q was my favorite game of 2014. So once the manga got released, I just hopped on it and I'm here to talk about it. Now, according to the name, or like the title of the manga, it says Side P4. Side P4 is pretty much like playing one of two characters that you're able to like play and experience their story. In this manga, they're like going through the experience of the Persona 4 main protagonist and what the characters of Persona 4 are going through. And pretty much the manga so far is a really faithful adaptation to the game. Now, like in terms of what they've done different, the only things I believe they've done different are the introduction to the two main characters of Persona 4 and Persona 3, as well as like the introductions to the new original characters to Persona Q. So like, let me just start off talking about the story. Again, it's a faithful adaptation, and for the most part, they've really done well, like introducing the characters and recreating scenes. Introducing the characters for the most part, they done really well in the sense that they don't like drag it on a whole lot. They just like give a short square or like short paragraph or sentence of who this character is and how like their, and pretty much like their little 1 or 2 sentence biography. And yeah, if they do have a sentence or two that pretty much tells you that they're a very important character in the story of the Persona Q, and yeah. So like in terms of what happens throughout the story of the chapter 1, pretty much the school that the main character goes through is having like school festival, and a whole bunch of weird stuff happens. Like we see this clock tower, and that the main characters of the game or manga are stuck in the school and can't get out. And out of nowhere, one of their classes turns into like this weird Alice in Wonderland type of labyrinth. So they think that the labyrinth is like one of the causes to what's happening, so they check it out. And during their like experience with the labyrinth, they meet these two new characters named Zen and Rei, and they pretty much like guide them out of the labyrinth, and we get to like see them introduced and whatnot. Again, most of the how it's adapted for most parts really well. I really love how it starts in the beginning introducing the Persona 3 and Persona 4 protagonists, and the scenes of course again are faithful. Like, in terms of story, there's really nothing wrong with it. The characters again are just introduced just like that and without dragging on. And yeah. But in terms of like how they go inside the labyrinth and meet Rei and Zen, it's a bit disappointing in the sense that we don't get to see the main characters battle. And I'm not sure. Now I think they do battle in the game, but during the time they meet Rei and Zen, we see no battling with shadows at all. And yeah. Now I want to talk about the presentation. The presentation, for the most part, I really enjoy it. Persona Q has this like chibi look to it, and they kind of like create that chibi look, but not make it too chibi. So like, they do look a bit chibi and somewhat moe. Wait, they do somewhat look chibi, but at the same time, they look like they are high school students in the thing. And I really love their character designs and the designs of the settings and the backgrounds with the labyrinths and the school. It does have a couple of problems, however, because sometimes like the backgrounds are just like a whole bunch of blank white spaces, or they could be a bunch of gray spaces, and like that happens during like they're inside the school, and it would be nice if they, you know, did a bit more drawing with it. But for most part, the animation, I mean the presentation with the art style and the drawings or whatnot are mostly good. So with that coming to your set, overall, I'm really enjoying the manga so far. And it's 52 pages, and for the most part, they really quickly captured the introduction of the game, and I'm loving it. So I can't wait to read the next few chapters of Persona Q, because I'm playing the Persona 4 side of the game, and I can't wait to see how like they would modify or adapt some of these scenes and whatnot. So yeah, definitely a recommendation for me if you have played the Persona games. In terms of people who haven't played Persona Q, I think you might enjoy it. So yeah, overall, these are my thoughts on the first chapter of Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth Side P4. And in terms of like reviewing chapters of this manga, I don't think I'm gonna do it, because the last time I tried like doing an episode review or a chapter review, it pretty much failed. So yeah, again, really recommended for me. I can't wait for more. So yeah, as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Take it easy, and until next video,